Hello and welcome back to Ancient Ways for Modern Days. My name is Mike Freeman. I'm the pastor at Valley Christian Fellowship in Longview, Washington. And today we continue in John chapter 8. And in John chapter 8, we have just heard Jesus make this great declaration that he is the light of the world and that those who follow him, those who believe in him, that they will not walk in darkness, but instead they will have the light of life. He makes this big, bold statement, and he makes it, remember, as the crowds are gathered, as there's all of this controversy and confusion. Some think Jesus is the prophet, some think he's the Christ, some think he needs to die. This is what the context is of Jesus' statement. And now we jump into our text, verse 13. It says, "So the Pharisees, they said to him, 'You are bearing witness about yourself. Your testimony is not true.'" They're looking for anything that they can grasp to dismiss Jesus outright. So, well, your testimony is not even true. Jesus, you're bearing witness about yourself. Get out of here is kind of their idea, right? Verse 14, Jesus answered, "Even if I do bear witness about myself, my testimony is true, for I know where I came from and where I am going, but you do not know where I come from or where I am going." He says, I know who I am. He knows his identity. Again, everything comes back to Jesus' identity. He knows his identity. Verse 15, "You judge according to the flesh. I judge no one." See, they're having this debate. Jesus is from Galilee. No way can Jesus, the Christ, come from Galilee, they're saying. Says, you're looking at all of these externals. He says, I'm not here to judge right now. That day will come. He says, I judge no one. The text continues. He says, "Yet, even if I do judge, my judgment is true. For it is not I alone who judge, but I and the Father who sent me." Remember, there is complete unity between the Father and the Son. He says, "In your law it is written that the testimony of two people is true. I am the one who bears witness about myself, and the Father who sent me bears witness about me." Now, I'm going to stop here. We can go a little further, but I'm going to stop here because I want us to remember this is all about Jesus' identity. And in this moment, there's a couple of things that I think help us have some confidence in Christ. Today, I want us to see Jesus' unwavering declaration of who he is. Jesus is not doubtful. Jesus is not tossed to and fro by the wind and the sea. Jesus, he's not like, maybe I'm not the Christ. He doesn't have a moment like that at all. He is dead set on his mission because he is crystal clear about who he is. He makes it clear that he knows where he came from and where he's going. He came from the heavenly realm and he knows where he's going. He's going back to the heavenly realm. We saw all the way back in John chapter 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Jesus is the eternal, divine creator. God in the flesh, the Son of God, bearing witness about himself. And listen, he says, you know what? You guys have this law that two witnesses are required. Well, guess what? I bear witness about who I am, but the Father bears witness about me as well. The question is, how is the Father bearing witness about Jesus? Well, the answer is in the signs that he has already accomplished. See, this book of signs, John's first part of his gospel, it's called the book of signs because he's not just performing miracles, but he is performing supernatural signs that demonstrate that he has divine power. And in that very demonstration, the Father is bearing witness about the Son. This is Jesus' second witness. See, these religious leaders, they want to dismiss Jesus, but to do that, they have to ignore what he has accomplished. This text, our ancient way for our modern day, then, it helps us understand a couple of things. First of all, it lets us know that Jesus was unwavering about who he is as the eternal divine Son of God. He doesn't mince words. He doesn't waver. He doesn't have self-doubt. He doesn't have self-worth issues. No, he knows who he is. He knows his mission. And then secondly, the Father testifies the identity of the Son through the signs that Christ has accomplished. This gives Jesus great confidence. And listen, this should give you and I, this should give us great confidence today. As we strive to live out in this world that is resistant toward Christ, they can be resistant as much as they want. They can be as antagonistic toward Christ as the Pharisees and the religious leaders were toward Christ in the first century. Yet God the Father has testified. God the Son has testified. And we've already seen God the Spirit testifies. We need not worry. In a sense, there's this dividing line that we choose. What side are we going to be on? Are we going to worry about what the world and the critics say, or are we going to trust the testimony of God himself, whose word is always true? My hope is that today, the ancient way for our modern day, it simply just builds your confidence in Jesus' identity. He testifies about himself, but the Father does as well. And we're going to see why that is so important in these next few days. This is our ancient way for our modern day.